is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unhinged and Undocumented. I am the big man, Jimbo, live with the twin magic, Cody and Rafe.
Yo.
And of course, it's Mr. Cruz.
Where?
I still can't find him.
One day.
We'll find him eventually.
One day we'll find him.
I'm sure you're all wondering why I have this helmet on. If you look closely with me, and if you look even closer, you'll understand. But before we get into that, we got a little video for you. Rafe, take it away.
Do it.
A lot has changed over the years, but one thing stays the same.
You are looking live at the Cotton Bowl.
This game,
Red River Route.
it's where legends are made.
Touchdown, Texas! Colt McCoy!
The plays,
He is hit at the one. He did not get in.
the moments,
Touchdown!
the memories. They're more than history, they're immortal. It's hard to describe, but once you see it, once you feel it, you understand it. You see it in the eyes of every player. You hear it in the cheers of every fan. You feel the love and the hate. And that fuels the fire. We've seen all the highlights, the unforgettable plays frozen in time.
Mike.
Now it's our turn. Time to add our own chapter to this rivalry. We know what it takes. The fight, the grit, the passion. It's in our blood. It's what we do. When you put that helmet on, you're not just walking onto a field. You're carrying the legacy of every Longhorn who's charged out of that tunnel. You're playing for every Texan who's ever bled burnt orange, and every brother who stands beside you. Ain't no love in Oklahoma, but there's plenty of fight in Texas. Because history isn't just behind us, it's right in front of us, ready to be made again. Hook 'em.
Turn up! Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, if you're wondering about the helmet, if you still don't know from that video, tomorrow is the day. The 120th meeting between the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners, live from the Cotton Bowl at the State Fair in Dallas, Texas. Texas and Oklahoma are going to get it on at 2:30 Central Time, baby. Man, as you can see, you can tell how fired up I am. I got my helmet, I got my Longhorns watching. You can't see them because they're on my feet, but the Bay ordered me something awesome. I can't hold my picture now because I can't lift my leg like that.
They look like this.
Anyway, we are super jazzed. We are super hyped for this game. As a Texas fan, you look at the schedule every year and you wait and you look for this game to make sure that it's still on the schedule. Cody, Rafe, man, how y'all feeling about this, man?
You take the day off for this game, okay?
100% you do.
I told the guys earlier in the group chat, I have never been so hyped for a Texas OU game as I am this year, and I don't know why. I guess it's because the way that they've been playing all year long. It's insane.
Oh, for real. Like, honestly, I think it definitely has a lot to do with the way they've been playing this year, and not just that, but our introduction into the SEC as well. Right at the after last week's games, we are the only SEC team left that is still unbeaten.
Yep.
In the SEC. Mm-hmm. Everyone else is falling. We're going to get to that in a little bit. But like I was saying, as Longhorn fans, as part of Longhorn Nation, this game is like the national championship game. This is as real as it gets.
Feels
this
like
game,
it every time.
Oh yeah, every year you look forward to it. Yeah. So 120th meeting. Oklahoma leads this series, but hey, you guys, you know what? It don't care if Oklahoma leads the series. It don't care. It don't matter if Texas leads the series. It don't matter if OU wins. It don't matter if Texas wins. Guess what? No matter what time it is, OU still sucks.
Facts.
We're super excited about this game. I'm super excited about this game. From my understanding, QB1 Quinn Ewers will be live in this game tomorrow. He will be back after weeks of injury, which is really exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited to
Arch
see
Manning
him
has
come
done a
back.
great job. Arch Manning's done a great job while he's been out. But it's great that we're going to be able to see QB1 back finally. Guys, I know what my expectations for this game are. Cruz isn't the biggest football fan in the world, but from being friends with me, Cruz has lived through this game with me.
Yeah.
Rafe, what are your expectations for tomorrow?
I'm honestly expecting the defense to just heat seek, tackle, cause fumbles, interceptions. I think the defense is going to be the difference in this game.
Yeah.
Like big time. And I think Quinn Ewers is going to come back and show that he's still worthy of that Heisman that everybody was talking about in the beginning of the year.
100%. And I really hope that he does come back and, just silences all the critics after he went down with that injury and whatnot. And I'm expecting big things. I'm expecting our offense to just go off. I'm expecting our defense to just completely be dominating. Cody, what about you? What are your expectations for tomorrow?
I'm honestly, I get so excited to see like the defense play. Like, don't get me wrong, the offense is. I love enjoying watching the offense play too. But it's like whenever the offense gets off the field and defense gets on the field, I'm like, okay, here we go. It's just something about the way that they fly around that field and the way that they get to the ball so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane. But on top of that, I mean, it's good to know that, I'm not wishing anything bad on Quinn or anything like that, but it's good to know that if God forbid anything were to happen to him during this game or he comes out and he's not playing like to his full potential, we have a backup plan.
Absolutely.
And I will say, I think everything falls on Sark. The way that he's built this team and the way that he's coached this team.
Oh, yeah.
We actually just got another wide receiver flip from FSU.
Yes, I saw that. That was actually I documented that down. Hold on. Go ahead, Ray. Keep going.
But I mean, I'm fully expecting them to have a great game in general. I think the game itself, both teams are going to come ready to play, but I think Texas is going to pull it off. And I think we'll go through our picks later, but I just think Texas is going to show that they're a true contender because everybody's been saying, Texas hasn't played anybody. Texas, blah, 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 blah. But little did they know, Michigan was number 2 when Texas played them, I'm pretty sure. So,
yeah. No doubt. So the wide receiver that Rafe was referring to now that we flipped from FSU was Dalen McCutcheon, 4-star wide receiver. Where's he out of?
I mean, do you blame him for switching from FSU to Texas?
Anyway, more about that as it develops along and whatnot. We've got some things we've got to get through tonight. So, like I said, Texas and OU, this is a rivalry that dates back long before we were born, long before our parents were born, hell, even long before some of our grandparents were even born.
yeah.
So this is. So I was actually looking this up earlier today, and so this is the 120th meeting. But some analysts, say that Texas and OU have been squaring off since 1900.
Oof.
So there's some games that are documented as well. But still, the 120th meeting. This is a showdown that dates back as far as time, and that the Cotton Bowl split right down the middle. One side crimson red, the other side burnt orange. These two fan bases hate the other side. These two, like the video said, there's no love lost between either one of these teams, but there's plenty of fight in Texas. And it's going to be a great game. I'm excited. I am ready to watch this game. Man, who'd have thought, though? I mean, so our first year in the SEC, we're number 1 ranked in the nation. We had a little backslide when a number 1 organization jumped us and whatnot. And that's what we're going to get into just now. Guys, what happened to the mighty Crimson Tide? They went in last week, the number 1 team in the nation, jumping Texas, and for all intents and purposes, let's just put it the way it is, Vanderbilt kicked their ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did.
Vanderbilt,
the score did not do that game justice. Vanderbilt bullied them the whole game.
100%.
Alabama never held the lead, I don't think, once.
No, they did. And the sad thing is that so many voters put Alabama ahead of Texas, and just because Alabama knocked off Georgia. And we said it on last week's episode. Yes, Alabama won that game, but they did not beat Georgia. They squandered a 28-point lead and almost lost to Georgia. They escaped Georgia.
Yep.
And then what happened the following week? They go into Vanderbilt against an unranked, underappreciated Vanderbilt team, and Vanderbilt drags them up and down the field.
Yep.
It was, honestly, if I can be honest, it was a pathetic display by Alabama. I expect so much more from that team. And not just that, from the players themselves, especially the seniors. And that being said, we got a video that I want to show, that we're going to show really quick, and then we're going to jump into this a little bit. So, Rafe, go ahead and pull that video up.
All right. Let me know when y'all are ready.
Yeah, go for it. So, little backstory. This video features 5th-year senior and team captain middle linebacker. Okay, I forgot his name, but they'll say his name a couple of times. This guy is a senior and a team captain. I want y'all to pay attention to how he behaved. Go ahead, Rick.
Let it play one more time. Look at that. He takes his mouthpiece and throws it, throwing a temper tantrum.
Number 13.
Kicks the ball.
Look at this. Kicking the ball. This right here pissed me off.
Wow.
The dirty slam into the... and probably what got to me and what got under my skin from this is, look, I understand the passion of the game, okay? Still to this day, now, granted, I haven't played football in a very, very long time, but still to this day, I can still remember it like it was yesterday. When I was in middle school, I lived in Bastrop, and I went to a school called Cedar Creek, okay? And they have a high school now, but before, when I was in middle school, they didn't. We had a rivalry with Bastrop Middle School, okay? And every year, they'd be our last game of the year, and it was for the Battle of the Helmet. Now, to give you context, we played each other every year for a helmet that was split down the middle. One side had an eagle on it, and it was blue, and the other side was maroon that had a Bastrop bear on it. Okay? And every year, we played them for that helmet. Okay? My 8th grade year, before I left middle school to go to high school, we played Bastrop on our field, and we lost. The year before that, we had beat the crap out of them in 7th grade. But then we played them our 8th grade year, and they beat us. And that's how I ended middle school, with a loss to Bastrop going into high school. And I was so distraught that I cried in the locker room. I was so upset, but our coaches had us maintain our poise. Now, the reason I'm saying all this is because it all goes to that this is not a Nick Saban-led team anymore.
Yep.
This isn't a Nick Saban environment team anymore.
No.
So if Nick Saban had still been the coach and number 13 did that, he wouldn't have a locker anymore.
Nope, he'd be gone.
He wouldn't be on the football. Nick Saban would have thrown him off the team before they even got back to Tuscaloosa.
He'd have told him you're traveling by yourself.
Yeah. Not just that, but the coach held a press conference, and this is the part that got me, okay? The coach of Alabama, I forgot his name. He is the former coach for the Washington Huskies from last year. Something DeBoer, I think. Kevin DeBoer or something like that.
Yeah.
He had a press conference, and that when asked about it, they told him no disciplinary action would be made. He's still a team captain, and he will still be starting on Saturday.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
That is insane.
Guys, if that was your player, what would have happened?
Oh, he's been booted 100%.
Yeah. He'd have been gone in a heartbeat.
See, that's honestly why. That's why I had so much respect for Nick Saban, because while I couldn't stand him, they put juggernaut teams together, and not just that, he held them all to the highest of standards. And if you did not meet Nick Saban's standards, you didn't play for Alabama. Simple as that.
That's true.
And the saddest part is, this is not a Nick Saban-led team anymore. This is not a Nick Saban environment anymore. By letting that player get away with that, by slamming that quarterback's head into the field, by kicking the ball, by yelling and talking. There was another video. I couldn't find it. It was at the end of the last drive. The game had been decided. They got the first down. They tried to call him off the field, and he pretty much told the defensive coordinator and the head coach, "No, I'm not coming off the field."
Yep.
Forget who you are.
Yeah.
That's
Part
crazy.
of these
to me.
kids nowadays being spoiled as fuck. Okay, that's number one.
Well, that's the whole NIL thing.
If we'd have said some shit like that to our elders, our parents, I'd have been throat chopped before I got the sentence out.
I've been picking my teeth up from that field.
At Alabama players fucking fit.
Yeah, that you can tell, like you said, you can tell this is not a Nick Saban team anymore. And I guarantee you, Nick Saban was watching that and was like, "That's
Oh yeah, just completely, utterly disgusting." And another thing, so Stephen A. Smith, we all know who Stephen A. Smith is.
yes, we do."
Stephen A. Smith, that fucking hater. Stephen A. Smith did a piece on this team, and he pretty much ripped the Alabama coach apart. Basically telling him, you have no control over your team. You are not Nick Saban. This is not a Nick Saban Alabama organization anymore. You're basically just letting them get away with anything. But that's that. I
It's
mean,
a shit show, man.
Oh, it is, and it's the saddest thing in the world because for what 9 years that Nick Saban was at Alabama, the standard was up here.
And I think the reason why they dropped to 7 was because I think they realized that game against Georgia, they should have lost. Number one.
100%.
Number two,
They got lucky.
yeah, and number two, they played from behind against Vanderbilt the whole game.
The whole game. They never led in that game. And that's the saddest part is that, we talked about this. We didn't feel that Alabama had deserved to be number one, and then the next week happens, and they prove to the entire nation that they didn't deserve to be number one.
Yep.
By just getting wiped with Vanderbilt. But that's all I got to say on that. You guys got anything else you want to add to that?
No. I just
Nah.
that dude,
So,
you said, should not have a locker anymore.
Oh, 100%. That dude wouldn't be a captain. That dude wouldn't have a locker. That dude wouldn't even be at Alabama anymore. If Nick Saban's still the coach. Anyway, moving on. So we're gonna. Do we have anything else, college football wise, that we want to talk about? Or are we just gonna jump into our picks?
No, just our picks.
All right, let's jump into it right now. So We're gonna lead it off with the game that's at the
I
top
did
of
want to
my. What's
mention
up?
one thing.
What's
Or I
that?
guess it's a bunch of things in one. All of the
What's
upsets
that?
that happened last week.
We're
That was
crazy.
insane.
That was wild. What 4 or 5 of the top 10 teams lost last week?
Yep.
Mhm.
4 of
That
them
was
were to
wild.
unranked teams.
Yeah, that's crazy. But let's get into it. Let's make our picks for the week. Starting off to the top, we got number 1 Texas versus number 18 Oklahoma. This is an easy one for me. I'm going to take Texas. These games are normally always pretty tight, so I'm going to take Texas by 10 points. Ready?
I'm gonna go Texas by 14.
Okay. Right.
I'm going to say this is a tough one for me just because it is a Red River game. Obviously I'm going to pick Texas, but I have a feeling overtime's coming and Texas wins by 6.
Oh, no, don't say that. We don't need that.
I know we don't, but it's always like that.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Hey, Cruz, what you got, man?
I'll say Texas by a touchdown.
Texas by a touchdown. All right. Moving on, we got number 7 Alabama taking on the Gamecocks of South Carolina in Tuscaloosa. I say Alabama was completely embarrassed last week, and they are going to have a giant chip on their shoulders, especially Kevin DeBoer. So I'm going to say Alabama is going to completely destroy South Carolina by 3 touchdowns.
I'll take Alabama by 10 points.
Okay?
Ugh. Yeah, I don't think Alabama has 3 bad games in a row. Because if they do, they're really gonna start thinking about something's wrong here.
Yeah.
So I think they'll bounce back. They'll win by 17.
Okay.
Alabama by say 10 points.
Okay. Moving on, number 10, Clemson, finally making themselves look like the Clemson of old, taking on Wake Forest. I love Dabo Swinney. I like Clemson. I'm going to take Clemson, and Clemson's looked pretty decent over the past couple weeks. So I'm going to take Clemson by 2 touchdowns over Wake Forest.
I'll take Clemson by 7 points.
Okay.
I'll go Clemson by 10.
Cruz.
Clemson by 2 touchdowns.
Awesome. Moving on, we got one of the teams that was upset last week in a very unfortunate fashion, which I was disgusted at. We got number 21, Missouri, taking on Massachusetts. I say that Mizzou is going to be hell-bent after that embarrassment that Texas
Mizzou
A&M laid
fell
on
hard.
them. Huh?
Mizzou fell far.
Well, I mean,
They
dude, they
went
were
from,
ranked they were ranked in the top 10, and they got beat by number 25 A&M. What do you expect?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Mizzou gets it back on track, wins by 3 touchdowns.
I'm gonna go Mizzou by 14 points.
Okay.
I'm going to say Mizzou by 2 touchdowns.
Hmm.
Missouri by 2 touchdowns.
Alrighty then. Moving on, we got number 4 Penn State taking on another team that was upset last week by an unranked team. They're taking on USC, who is no longer ranked after falling to Minnesota. Penn State has looked hella good. I'm going to say Penn State is going to continue to look hella good. I'll take Penn State by 2 touchdowns.
It's Penn State and who? I'm sorry.
Penn State and USC.
I'm gonna go USC by 7 points.
Okay.
I think this is going to be a good game, but I think Penn State has a little bit more to a little more to prove than USC, and I think USC's not having the best year. Even their wins haven't looked that impressive. So I'm going to go Penn State by, I'll say a touchdown.
Okay. Bruce?
Penn State by 2 touchdowns.
Bravo. Moving on, we got number 11 Notre Dame taking on Stanford. Notre Dame has found their feet after an early loss. Stanford is struggling mightily. I'm going to take Notre Dame by 10 points.
Notre Dame by 10 points as well.
I'll go Notre Dame by 2 touchdowns.
Notre Dame by, I'll say 10 points.
All right. Moving on, we got number 22 Pittsburgh taking on the Golden Bears of California. Pittsburgh is still undefeated at 5-0. They've had some pretty good football going on over there. I'm going to take Pittsburgh by 2 touchdowns.
I'm gonna go bold and say Pittsburgh by 21.
Big margin.
Pittsburgh by 10.
Okay, Cruz.
Pittsburgh by 10.
All right, moving on. We got the Boilermakers of Purdue taking on Illinois. I like Purdue to play the upset every now and then, so this is going to be my upset pick of the week. I'm going to take Purdue over Illinois by 10 points.
I'm gonna take Illinois on a last-minute field goal.
I'll say Illinois by 10.
Say Purdue by a touchdown.
Yeah, there we go. I like it. Moving on, we've got number 14, BYU, taking on Arizona. Gentlemen, BYU is the talk of the Big 12 right now.
Yep.
They're undefeated at 5-0. I'm going to take BYU to mop the field with Arizona by 3 touchdowns.
I'll take them by 17 points.
I'm going to say BYU by 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
BYU by 2 touchdowns.
Moving on, we got this one. Okay, excuse the pun, but this one's a dog fight.
Oh, God.
We got the Bulldogs of Mississippi State taking on the Georgia Bulldogs.
Well, that's going to be a good
Yeah, it's a dog fight. Get it?
Michael Vick.
All right, I'm leaving. All right, everybody have a good night. I'm leaving.
Oh man, sorry, I couldn't help it. Mississippi State 1-4. I'll take Georgia by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'll take Georgia by 2 touchdowns.
Ray, who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Georgia. I think they're gonna mop them, like you said. I'm gonna say Georgia.
Georgia.
I'll say by 17.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one thinking that. Georgia by, I'll say 2 touchdowns.
All right. Moving on, we have got the number 8 team of the nation, the Volunteers of Tennessee, coming off a shocking loss last week to Arkansas. Go Pigs. The Volts will be at home taking on the Gators. I say Tennessee gets back on track this week after an unfortunate loss last week to Arkansas. I will take Tennessee by 2 touchdowns, but for Florida.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Tennessee by. I'll go 17 points.
Okay. Right.
Florida hasn't looked good, really, at all. Especially when it comes to playing ranked teams. So I'm gonna take Tennessee by 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
I'll take Tennessee by, I'll say 10 points.
Good deal. This one should be a good one, gentlemen. We have got number 2 Ohio State taking on the Ducks, the number 3 team in the nation, the Oregon Ducks. They will be over in Oregon to take on the Ducks. So this is going to be a fun game. This is going to be a high-powered game. I am going to give the nod, though, and I'm going to say that Oregon comes out with the upset over Ohio State by a touchdown.
Yep, I'm gonna go Oregon on a last-minute field goal.
Okay.
I'm gonna flip that. I'm gonna say Ohio State wins by 10.
Whatever,
As much as I don't want them to.
Gasp.
Bruce, what do you got?
Oregon by a last-minute touchdown.
Awesome blossom. Moving on, we've got number 9 Ole Miss taking on LSU, they will be in Death Valley. Ole Miss is 5-1. LSU is 4-1. This is a battle of two SEC superpowers. I'm gonna be bold and say that Ole Miss takes the win by a touchdown.
I'm gonna take LSU by 10 points.
Okay.
I'm gonna say LSU by 2 touchdowns.
I'll say Ole Miss by. I'll say a touchdown.
Awesome. Moving on, we've got the other powerhouse in the Big 12. Number 11, Iowa State taking on West Virginia. The Cyclones are still undefeated at 5-0. I'm going to say they stay undefeated and go 6-0 by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them by 10 points.
Iowa State by 17.
Cruz.
Iowa State by 2 touchdowns.
Awesome sauce. Moving on, gentlemen, is a game that, well, I don't share any enthusiasm with. Will feature number 18, Kansas State, taking on Coach Prime and Colorado. Colorado is 4-1, having won their last couple games, but they have played nobodies and won. They're playing Kansas State now, and Kansas State is a very, very tough team to play. The only difference is they're playing in Colorado at the Buffs' home field, so I'm going to take Kansas State by a late score for the win.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Kansas State by 14 points.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna say Colorado wins by 7.
Hell you say.
I'll take Kansas State by 10 points.
I hope Colorado wins loses just so you're the only one left, Rafe. All right, and last but not least, our last game of the week, we have got number 17, Boise State, taking on Hawaii. Boise State, led by the unanimous number 1 running back in the nation. That boy is scary. And
He's
if you
crazy.
don't know who I'm talking about, the Boise State is headed by a running back. What the hell is this boy's? His name is Ashton Gentry. Ashton Gentry has 95 carries for 1,031 yards and 16 touchdowns through 5 games.
That's insane, dude.
Through 5 games, that averages to a little over 200 yards a game.
And 3 touchdowns per game. A little over 3 touchdowns per game.
Bro,
Yeah, a little
that's
over.
crazy.
Hang on, what's that math? 5.
If it's 16 touchdowns, yeah.
No, 2 maybe. No, I don't know. I can't do the math on that one.
3 because 5 times 3 is 15.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But they've played 5 games. Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, 3 touchdowns. Oh shit.
Math.
Home dude is scary good. I really don't think that Hawaii stands a chance. And yes, I'm saying it like that because that's the proper pronunciation for
Yeah, that is the
Hawaii.
proper. Yeah.
I'm going to take Boise State by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Boise by 17.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Boise goes off on them. I'll go 24 points.
Nice. Big mark.
Boise State by 2 touchdowns.
Awesome blossom. And that is going to conclude our CFP talk for the week. Before we hop on to the NFL once again, Welcome Horns, go Horns.
I got your picks for you too here, Jimbo.
Oh, you got your picks? All right. So who's making headway?
We got Jimbo in the lead at 34-16. Cruz right behind him at 33-17. Me at 31-19. And then Cody at 29-21.
Cody, you just suck at everything, bro.
I think I've just broken our whole little system for NFL that we got going on.
It really has. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I've constantly said, I run a 10-man fantasy league. I am currently sitting second to last because I suck this year. But the biggest shock of this year is this bastard right down here.
Legitimate shock.
This guy is leading ahead is the only undefeated person left in my league.
Yes, as of this week, thanks to your dad beating Will, I am now officially the only person in our league that hasn't lost yet.
This stupid undocumented
Person in the entire league that barely watches football is undefeated in our fantasy league, and I refuse to believe that. I think I broke the app somehow.
No dumb.
I think I broke the league.
It's rigged.
Moving on to the NFL, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
I just got one thing to say. Dallas had a showdown in Pittsburgh last Sunday with the Steelers. Everybody, and I mean everybody, picked the Steelers to win. But not me. Not me. What did I say, gentlemen? What did I say? I said Jimmy. And what happened?
The payoff worked off.
It is not a pretty game by any means necessary. There is some friction between Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb that needs to get fixed ASAP. Our running game is still trying to find itself, but our defense stepped up when needed.
Yep, big time.
And so did Dak.
Dak, we all know that Dak has that ability to win in the fourth quarter. But it was good. It was unfortunate that him and CeeDee Lamb are having issues still. I think that there's something there, but I don't think it's like too big. But I still think that there's something there causing friction. But I was happy to see that Dak was still able to make it happen with Jalen Tolbert. Okay.
Yeah.
And can I just go ahead and say right now, Hunter Lipke for the Pro Bowl?
Oh yeah. That dude's make him our starting running back already. Like,
I mean, my thing, honestly though, Rico had a good game.
Oh yeah, he did. I'm not
he
saying
was
he
running
didn't,
hard,
but he was running a lot better than he's looked for the start of the year and whatnot. But
Especially against that Pittsburgh defense, I was impressed.
Oh yeah, 100%. But guys, I'm gonna say I'm a Hunter Lipke fan. I like
me
him.
too.
I have been since they drafted him.
That's a bodacious little white boy right there. I'll tell you what. And he doesn't just take hits and go down. He absorbs them and still tries to get more yards.
Yep.
I can admire that in a fullback.
And I will tell you, I think the two difference-making players for me of this game on offense, it was Tolbert because he stepped up when he had to.
100%.
And on defense, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but Tyrus Wheat, that dude was going insane.
That hit. Oh, that hit. It was I did not like the fact that it was there was a roughing the passer call. I thought he got there right on time.
Yeah.
But, oh my God, that hit. Rick, see if you can find that hit really quick.
Yeah.
So, what we're talking about is there's a player on Dallas's depth chart by the name of Tyrese Wheat. He is a pretty decent player, and he laid a hit on Justin Fields that you could probably hear on the outside of the stadium. Cruz, were you able to watch any of that game?
I watched bits and pieces of it. I didn't see that hit though.
It was a super late game, so.
All right,
There was a rain delay that caused them about an hour delay, so the game didn't end until about midnight.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I got it right here.
All right, so you guys check out this hit. This hit got called for a roughing the passer, but I thought he got there on time. Oh.
Damn. I mean, I wouldn't call that a late hit.
I wouldn't either.
Nah.
Man, The pop though, the pop was just it was pretty.
And I don't know if it's just me or if y'all noticed it as well. And this isn't saying anything bad about D-Law or Micah, but with them two being out and the way that Mike Zimmer has schemed up this defense, their run defense has looked 10 times better. I don't know if it's because they know that they don't have the pass rush or they're more worried about blocking at the line or shedding their blocks at the line because they don't have that pass rush. But Tyrus Wheat really impressed me. That dude, he played really well.
Yeah. Honestly, I would say that I would agree with you. Definitely, given the fact that they don't have that pass rush available to them right now, I would definitely say kudos to Mike Zimmer for being able to make that adjustment for them to being able to stop the run. Because it doesn't look like they were trying to push the pass rush that heavy. It definitely looked like they were playing to stop the run, which they did pretty well, I'd say. I don't have the official stats from that. Well, hey, I can pull them really quick. I have it right in front of me. So the official stat line from that game, let's see here. Najee Harris had 14 carries for 42 yards. I'd say that was a pretty good. Well, to be fair, though, Najee Harris is a bit ass. You know. I'm sorry. Najee Harris kind of sucks. But anyway, like I said, good game overall by Dallas. I think they were finally able to get something clicking and look good and get a W. With that being said, before we move on to our picks, has anyone got anything they want to add from this past week's football?
No, but I did want to ask you all the question of, do y'all think the Cowboys upset the Lions this week?
We're going to get into that right now.
Because I wanted the input on how y'all think they could win or how y'all think they would beat themselves.
Okay, well, since that's our first game on the top of the picks is the Lions and the Cowboys, as much as it pains me, I'm going to go ahead and say that the Lions get redemption from last year. For a couple of reasons, okay? Jared Goff is still doing Jared Goff things. Like I said last year, that dude has found where he belongs.
Mm-hmm.
They have pretty decent wideouts.
I'm sorry, Nanny.
On top of that, they have a twin-headed monster at running back. And David Montgomery and, what's the other dude's name?
Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah, they have a twin-headed monster at running back in David Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs. Jameer Gibbs is the starter. David Montgomery is his backup. And David Montgomery is averaging just as many yards as him per game.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. With that being said, given where we are depth-wise right now, with Micah not being available, with D-Law not being available, I know we have the potential to have Deron Bland back this week. I don't see us being able to stop both of their running backs.
Yeah.
Jameer Gibbs is really good. David Montgomery is really good. You know, Amon-Ra St. Brown is really good. You know, it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. But I have to give this one to the Lions by 10 points.
I don't know. I think we can pull it off. I'm gonna go Cowboys by a last-minute field goal.
Okay, Maher-mania.
It's not Maher.
That's
It's not
Aubrey.
Maher anymore. It's Aubrey.
Automatic Aubrey.
Oh, Brandon Aubrey, my bad. I'm so sorry. My bad. Brett Aubrey, my bad. I meant Aubrey Mania, my bad.
So
Bryce, what do you think?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I think it's gonna be a shootout, to be honest, because I don't see our defense stopping them, and their back end of their defense is kind of suspect. And if that can get on a roll, and if they can get ahead early, I think they'll be okay. But if they fall behind early, I just don't see them coming back. But I got faith in them. They surprised the shit out of me last week, to be honest with you, against a top 5 Pittsburgh defense. And like I said, the back end of that Detroit Lions defense is a little suspect. So I think it's going to be a shootout, and I'm going to pick Dallas to win by, I'm going to say 10 points.
Okay. Cruz, who you got?
I'll pick Detroit by 10 points, but this looks like this is going to be a squeaker.
Well, at least I'm not by myself hanging out here. I'm about to say, am I the only one who has no faith in our team this week?
No, I just like the underdog.
All right, moving on. We got the Bears taking on the Jaguars. A London game. This game will start at 8:30 in the morning. The fuck?
Jolly old England.
So, the Bears, well, no, I'm not going to go as far as saying that. I was going to say the Bears have looked impressive over the past 2 weeks, but they beat the Rams, who literally have nobody to throw to anymore, whose running game is extremely sus, and then they beat the Panthers. And I'm actually going to give the Bears the win this week because they're playing another nobody team. They're playing the Jaguars. So, now, despite the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, yes, the Jags got the win over the Colts last week, I'm going to say the Bears beat up on another nobody and win by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bears by 10 points.
Okay.
I'm going to go Jags by 7.
This guy.
Oh, yeah. We see who the AEW fan is.
I can't even say AEW without throwing up hit.
I'll say the Bears over AEW by 2 touchdowns.
Moving on, we got the Texans taking on the Patriots. The Texans with I wouldn't say with an impressive win last week against the Bills. I'd say a squeaker win at best. But the Patriots are 1-4. They're turning to rookie quarterback Drake May. I'm going to take the Texans.
The co-Texans.
I'm going to take the Texans.
Booker T.
I'm going to take the
What's Shane's favorite team of all time?
Oh, God, sorry.
There you go. He got it out. There it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am going to take the Pats by 7 points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't have nothing to study on Drake May, and I think he's going to come out to prove a point. I'm going to say Patriots by a touchdown. Because Nico Collins is out.
That's true. Nico Collins is out. Take Dell is shit.
Who's playing Houston and who?
The Houston and the New England Patriots.
Okay. I'll take. I'll take Houston by. I'll take Houston by a field goal.
All right, fellas, this is an interesting one right here. We got the NFC East leaders, the Washington Commanders, taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens have looked good, but JT Daniels, man, is that sure lock-in for Rookie of the Year and potentially MVP. He's looked good. He's looked really good. But my concern is what my concern is always going to be. Can the Redskins? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Can the Commanders?
The football team.
Yes, the football team. Can they stop King Henry and Justice Hill, which have turned out to be a pretty dynamic running back? And not just that, you'll have Lamar Jackson to compete with, tucking the ball and running as well. This is going to be a good game, I think. Probably going to be a bit of a shootout, but... Ooh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I am going to be bold, and I'm going to be brave. Say the Ravens win this by 2 touchdowns.
Oh, gasp.
I'm going to take the Commanders by a touchdown.
Okay.
I'm going Ravens just because. I mean, the Commanders do have Dan Quinn, but I don't know. Just like you said, the Ravens having both of them running backs and Lamar to account for, and I feel like the Ravens starting 0-2 on the season and then winning these last 3 straight has kind of lit a fire underneath them. And
agreed.
I think they'll pull it off. I think they're going to win by 10 points.
Okay. Cruz.
See, I'll take Baltimore by I'll say 2 touchdowns.
Awesome. Moving on, we've got a matchup between 2 of the trashiest teams in the NFL, and no, I'm not talking about the Panthers. The Cleveland
Giants.
No. We got the Cleveland Browns taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles have looked like complete crap, and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is a fucking joke.
He's a fraud.
I'm sorry, man. This dude keeps running his mouth, and this dude keeps getting served on a silver platter.
He's giving up touchdown after touchdown. Like it's rolls at Thanksgiving.
Only because I hate the Eagles. I'm going to say the Browns take this one by 10 points.
I'm going to go Browns by a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
I know AJ Brown is back. Is Devontae Smith set to play too or no?
Yes.
I do not know.
Yeah, they're both set to come back.
Unfortunately, I think the Eagles are going to win by, I'll just say 3 points. I don't want them to,
but... Gross.
This whole game is gross. I'll say the Browns by 10 points.
Blossom. Moving on, we've got the Green Bay Packers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals with the big upset last week over the 49ers.
Loved it.
Hey, for real.
I'm telling you, the Cardinals always win the games they're not supposed to win.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Well, they're leading their division right now, I think.
I don't know if they are or not. I would have to take a look at that. But the Packers did not have a good showing last week. Jordan Love being back. Well, I mean, they won, but it didn't look that good.
Yeah.
He definitely looked like he struggled a bit. But I'm going to take the Cardinals to win this one and get them to 500.
Yeah, I'll take Cardinals by 10 points.
I'm gonna go. Fuck. It's a tough one for me. I'm gonna go Cardinals by 10 as well.
Dude, that soundboard is too powerful. I'll say Cardinals by a touchdown.
Alrighty then. Moving on, we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints. Tampa was upset last week on Thursday Night Football by the Falcons in overtime, while the Saints, on the other hand, had a little situation on their hands, guys. They got beat by the NFL's top team, the referees. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good old Kansas City referees.
But not just that. This in breaking news, rookie Spencer Rattler will make his NFL debut on Sunday as Derek Carr has an abdominal injury and will be out. I think the Buccaneers are going to zero in on that like a ravenous dog, and I expect them to win by at least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the Bucks by 10 points.
I'm gonna say Bucks by 17 points because it's Red River Rivalry Week, and fuck Spencer Rattler because he went to OU.
He did not finish his career at OU. He finished his career in South Carolina as a Gamecock.
Getting salty on this episode. I'll say Bucks by 2 touchdowns.
Awesome. Moving on, we've got the Tennessee Titans versus the Indianapolis Colts. Tennessee was able to cultivate their first win last week against the Dolphins, while Indianapolis, well, it was a close game, but ultimately they were not able to get the dub over the Jags, so they fell. I'll say Indianapolis gets on track for this week and gets to 500. I'll say they'll beat the Titans by 10 points.
I'll agree with you, but I'll say they'll win by 14 points.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll say them by 10.
Colts by 10 points.
Awesome, blossom. Moving on, we got the Las Vegas Chargers versus the Denver Broncos. Gentlemen, Bo Nix is riding a 3-game winning streak.
Yep.
That man has found his feet. That duck has put his little things in the water and is learning how to swim. Bo Nix is becoming Bo Nix of the NFL. I am going to say that Bo Nix goes for victory number 4, and that the Broncos beat the Chargers by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'll go Broncos by I'm gonna go 3 points.
I'm gonna go Chargers by 1 touchdown.
Oh my god. I'll say Broncos by a touchdown.
Yeah. Moving on, we got the Steelers taking on the Raiders. So the Raiders are turning to rookie Aiden O'Connell in favor of Gardner Minshew. The Steelers will be looking to get back on track after falling to Dallas, unfortunately. I'll take the Steelers by a late touchdown to win by 7.
I'll take the Steelers by 14 points.
Okay.
Steelers by a touchdown because they always play close games.
Steelers by a touchdown.
Yeah, moving on, we got the Falcons taking on the transfers. The Panthers, sorry. My bad. The Falcons will be taking on the Panthers. Kirk Cousins, doing Kirk Cousins stuff. Wide receivers looking good. Bijan's doing Bijan stuff. I will take the Falcons over the Panthers by... I'm going to be on spacious here and say 3 scores.
I'll take the Falcons by 17 points.
Falcons by 24.
Ish.
Falcons by 2 touchdowns.
All right. Moving on for Sunday Night Football. We got Daniel Jones and the mighty Giant G-Men taking on the second coming of Carson Wentz and Joe Burrow, the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, God, both of these teams suck. I'm part of deciding which team sucks more. But honestly, I'm going to take the Giants for the dub. I'm going to be bold and say the Giants are going to beat the Bengals by 10 points.
I'll take the Giants on a last-minute field goal.
I'll say Giants by 10, but I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but they actually tried to flex the Washington and Baltimore game into this window, but NBC wouldn't allow it.
Why?
I don't know. Or no, NBC wanted to flex it, but CBS wouldn't allow it.
That makes more sense. That's going to be a widely televised game.
Yeah. I'll pick the Giants by, I'll say 10 points.
Okay. And last but not least, for Monday Night Football this week, we got the Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets, who have recently fired Robert Saleh. He is no longer the Jets coach.
I saw that.
The Bills have had a rough 2 games. I'd say this is now the time for Josh Allen to get back on track. The Jets have not looked good. Old man Rodgers has an issue. I don't know if it was Robert Saleh that was causing the problem. We're going to find out this week, or this coming Monday, but I'm going to take the Bills by 2 touchdowns to get back on track.
I think it's going to be a potential blowout. I'm going to go Bills by 24 points.
Jesus Christ.
God dang, bro.
I'm going to go Bills by a touchdown.
Okay.
Bills by a touchdown.
And with that, we have concluded our picks for the week, gentlemen. That's actually all we got for you guys tonight. Like I said, we've got a lot going on. Fuchs got work in the morning. He has to be up early. I think Rafe might be on call. And I have got to get up early to make sure I get seated on time for the start of the game. Does anybody got anything they want to add before we log out for tonight, guys?
Just one thing. Welcome.
Welcome, baby. Hook.
And if I see any of you fuckers doing this,
100%. And you can count on that. I'll put my hair up. I will put my hair up and we will fight.
You can believe that.
it's damn true.
And we're actually going to be coming at y'all again tomorrow with a part 2 for this segment. Like I said, we couldn't get it all in tonight, but we will be coming back to you tomorrow with some wrestling talk featuring Rafe, Cruz, myself, and possibly Cody. We'll see if he can make it, and if not, then it'll just be the 3 of us. But hey, we can still have a party with the 3. Okay, that sounded wrong.
Only if we keep our socks on.
Ain't no party like an 80 party.
God, Dick.
Anyway, you guys.
I'll bring the baby on.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you guys tomorrow for our part 2 of this segment. For Unhinged and Undocumented, I am the big man Jimbo with the twin magic Cody and Rafe.
Yo.
And our resident Undocumented himself, Mr. Cruz. Until next time, you guys. Hook 'em horns. We love y'all.